everybody, it's Mark. Benvenuti. Welcome to my kitchen. Today I'll be making spaghetti cacio e pepe. And it's a very simple Italian dish. In fact, it's the dish that Italians start to serve to their children when they first start eating whole foods or solid foods, not baby food. Why am I showing you how to make a children's pasta dish? Because I want to show you the simplicity of the Italian cuisine. I also want to show you that it's something that you can make quickly, that doesn't take a lot of time, and it's not a big process, which a lot of Italian cooking is easy and simple and not a big process. Beyond that, I really want to encourage you to cook for someone you love, whether that's just yourself or your entire family or just friends. I want you to cook so that you'll bring your family to the table. I'm going to be really big on that this year, about dishes and encouraging all of you to bring your family to the table. What's bringing your family to the table? I want to start that dialogue with you. So here we go. Today I am making, like I said, spaghetti cacio e pepe. The spaghetti's already been dropped. It's been cooking for about 6 minutes, which gives me about another 3 or 4 minutes before it's done. So let's get started. I've got 1/3 of a cup of grated pecorino cheese, which is a sheep's milk cheese. That's going in a bowl. I now have 1/3 of a cup of grana padano, which is a salty hard cheese similar to Parmigiano-Reggiano. That's going in the bowl. Next, we'll take a little bit of the, spaghetti's getting done, you can see it foaming. Take a little bit of the pasta water. Pasta water has been salted. You want to make sure that it's salted like seawater. Put the hot water in here, and I'm just going to stir it with the cheese, and we're going to kind of make a cheese sauce just out of the hot salted pasta water and the grated cheese. Let's stir that around a little bit. When I was in Italy in the beginning of January of this year, Alessandra made this dish one night, and I thought it was fantastic. Very simple, very fast. You can make it in the time it takes you to cook the pasta, which does not take very long. Okay, this is almost together. Oh, and I'll show you some video I shot of actually Alessandra making this dish, so you'll be able to see how she did it, which is kind of like how I'm doing it. All right, that's mixed together. Now we're going to put in some extra virgin olive oil, probably about, I don't know, maybe 3-4 tablespoons of olive oil. That's going to go in there, and we're going to stir that around. And keep an eye on the spaghetti. You don't want to overcook your pasta. You want to make sure that it is al dente, that it is tender but kind of firm to the bite. You can taste it just as you bite through it. Great, this is mixed up. Let's test the pasta and see how that's going. Ooh. Perfect. You want to make sure that you drain your pasta. Should get some pot holders here. You want to drain your pasta, but you do not want to rinse your pasta. Rinsing your pasta is going to defeat the whole purpose of cooking it. You want your pasta to still keep the starch that's on it. That's what's going to help the sauce adhere to the pasta. Oops, I'll turn that off. Make sure this keeps moving a little bit. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Great. Spaghetti is drained. That goes in the bowl. I made 1/2 pound of pasta, which is half a box. That should serve 3 to 4 people. In Italy, you don't get enormous servings of pasta like we do here in America if you go out to a restaurant. You want to keep it simple. This is usually a first course. In Italy, pasta is, and you go on from there. So you don't really have ginormous amounts of pasta on your bowl or in a platter. I went to dinner with some friends the other night, and one of them ordered spaghetti and meatballs. And literally her serving of spaghetti was half a box of pasta for one person. That's crazy. No one can eat that much pasta, and you shouldn't want to eat that much pasta. Okay. Stir that up here. Next comes the pepe. Now for children in Italy, they're not going to add pepper. They may add a little butter to this and that's it. But for adults, what makes this dish is pepper. I know, don't freak out about how much I'm putting in. It's really good. A pinch of salt, just a little bit. The cheese is really salty and you don't want to go crazy. Here we go. Stir that around. Some of the cheese is gonna kind of bind up on pieces. Don't worry about it, just scrape them off, and that gets to be little chunks of cheese in the dish. That's it. How simple is that? I think I'm actually gonna chop up a little fresh parsley and put that on top for you. I'm just gonna grab a pinch of parsley. Come on, you. Throw that on top. I hope you can see how fast this dish comes together. It's really easy and doesn't take very much time. And I really want you to be encouraged to cook for yourself, to cook for your family. I think once you start bringing your family to the table, whoever that is, including yourself, I think you'll find that you can change a life one meal at a time. And I know that sounds a little crunchy granola and a little hokey, but honestly, I think that's so important. I think some of the best memories I have of growing up are sitting around the table with family. And that's where you learn who you are and who your family is, and if you agree with them or disagree with them, and where your values are set, whatever that means for you, whatever your politics, whatever your religion. Being around the table together is, for me, is the center of who you become, who you decide you are and who you aren't. I could go on all day about that, but I really hope that we can start a conversation about food and about bringing your family to the table and what that means. Here we go. It's time to serve the pasta. Can you believe it's that easy? There we go. Just a little bit. You don't want a ton on there. That's it. Done. I may grate a little more Parmigiano-Reggiano on top of it. Just a little bit. I'll take this cheese, I'll put it back into a Ziploc bag. I'll keep it in the fridge for 4 or 5 weeks. It'll last and I'll use it for everything. I know a lot of people want to know, because Parmigiano-Reggiano in particular is pretty expensive, but you'll use it over a long period of time. It has great flavor and it's a lot more flavorful than the shaky cheese, which I love to put on pizza, but that's about the only place I'll use it. So there we go. Spaghetti, Pepe, Cacio e Pepe. Molto semplice e molto delizioso. Here you go. Buon appetito. Oh, hey, here's some video of Alessandra making it too. Ciao.
Aspetta.
We're going to take some of the pasta water, cooking water. Maybe a quarter of a cup. Ah, this is going to be like a little cheese sauce. Il nome Cacio.
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 Cacio significa, del dialetto laziale significa formaggio. Olio di Blera, mi raccomando.
Extra virgin olive oil from Blera, which is a town very close to Viterbo here. In case you thought Nona was the only one who could cook in this house, that's not true. This is actually Alessandra's recipe.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. The pasta has been drained. It goes into the bowl with the cheese and the sauce, and it gets mixed immedially. Taking a little bit for Thais off the top. And now we mix ours. Why are we cooking, and what is important about cooking something fresh, serving it to our family, whether that's just you all by yourself. I mean, it's important that you like yourself. If you don't love yourself, how are you going to love somebody else? That's actually a RuPaul drag queen quote. So I'm starting off this episode with a drag queen quote. There you go. Anyway.